And then this. Is everybody watching the shared thing?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I am. I don't know about anybody else.
Everybody watch what I am sharing. This is how we're the roundabout way of doing the music. Alrighty, and you guys should be able to hear the music. Yes. Should
No.
be.
No.
No.
Well, you have yours turned down, like super far.
Yeah, I know.
That's why we can't hear it.
It should
Put
be.
it in the middle, see what it sounds like.
Try that.
Oh, it's faint.
Yeah. Should get louder.
Okay.
Which
yeah,
is
I
why...
can hear it a little bit better now.
Good?
Sure.
I mean, it should just be faint ambiance. It's not going to be super loud. At least for this. Alright, that's that. And I'll just on the fly later. This can't be too loud on my end because then it's too loud for the VOD. Whole different thing. But, yeah, all good here. Recap?
All right. So, as you all had kind of finished up a lot of your business around Ustraki, or at least some of the business anyways, you decided to finally take a bit to the waters, protecting a vessel along the strait to Respite that is delivering much needed food and supplies. However, things have been vanishing along this journey. And so you all joined as protection to essentially help this ship not get hijacked or whatever was happening to them. You made it through one very nice day of travel and one really, really shitty storm, which then resulted in a day of thick mist and fog, which resulted in you being attacked by two what looked like disgusting, elderly, sea-encrusted women.
Yum.
They almost killed Jay twice.
Woo!
Almost killed a couple of crew members, but between all of you, you managed to chase one off and obliterate the other one. So, with that being said, and with everybody having just kind of recovered from this fight, what are y'all doing?
What time of day is it? Like middle of the day?
No, it's night. It's the night of the thick fog.
Gotcha.
Yep.
This sea hag got anything on her that I could harvest?
Make an investigation check real quick. Or nature check. Nature check, excuse me. Nature check.
That I think is slightly better than investigation for me. Nope, they're the same. All right. 12.
Okay. So you're going around, you're kind of looking for things that you can like harvest and stuff, and doesn't really appear to have like other than her long nasty ass nails, she doesn't appear to have a whole lot on her. Just scraps of cloth to not be completely naked. And also say that while you're looking through all this, you do actually see there's a weird there's a very simple tattoo of a circle, just an empty circle right over her heart. But that's all you really find. She doesn't have anything else on her. I mean, she's a sea hag.
I will. Yeah, I didn't expect to get anything. I'll point out the tattoo and to everyone and ask if I don't know what it is, but maybe someone else will.
Does it seem to symbolize anything? Like,
make me a religion or history check, your choice.
Oh, we'll go with religion.
Alright.
Would we know if sea hags are like a general thing that you would find anywhere in the tyranny or no?
11,
Yeah,
by the
I
way.
mean, because there's a lot of seafaring that A, you all, and B, just is done in this world, you would know that, like, these aren't necessarily the most common. They're more, because they're a fae type creature, they're a lot more common around Hearthstone. But they have been known to pop up in other places, yes.
All right. Okay.
Would you roll for the religion check?
11.
Okay. No. As far as you can remember, you kind of sit there and think, and it doesn't appear to signify anything. No.
All right.
All right. So, you do watch as Skipper, the younger son, the younger turtle aboard this ship, kind of marches up to you guys with his father, the captain Squall, in tow. And Squall starts looking at this dead hag and just starts. Well, them's are some nasty pieces of work, y'all really are worth every penny, aren't you? Was there anything else? Was it just this one? Was it a hard fight you all were in for?
One
Shit.
ran away.
Which I think no, didn't we?
We,
Did it
we
get
did
away?
we did pick it off.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna say.
it
It
tried
took
to
us
run
a-
away. That's right.
It got out
Yeah.
to sea, but we
You guys did
were able
manage
to
to
catch it.
just spell snipe it from ridiculous.
Jay is, though healthy, going to visibly shaken, hobble down into the sleeping area, just ignoring everything.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, Squall's just gonna kind of two. I mean that's pretty impressive right there. Well, yeah, I mean this definitely counts as one of them incidents, so you'll have earned your pay here. Right, right. Well, for that extra pay you'll get, not even a problem. So if you remember, you're being paid. I believe it's 1 gold a day, and
Right.
then
Is it 20 for every?
20 per, like, if you guys encounter anything.
I'll write that down so I don't forget.
Yeah. Yeah, he just goes, well, I think I'm gonna post an extra watch tonight, because you never know with what that might have attracted. But I do thank y'all for keeping my ship and my crew safe. Looking specifically over at the one that has been, almost died. Just, well, I do thank you. You guys did your job well. I'm gonna go back to sleep now. It was a long, very hard day with that storm. And he's just gonna kind of, unless any of you have something y'all, unless one of y'all stops him, is just gonna kind of mosey back down towards the captain's quarters.
No,
So,
good night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else y'all are wanting to do during the night?
Nothing in particular.
Yeah, not that I can
Sleep,
think
probably.
I'm going to move where I'm sleeping, probably, just because I'm a little too high up there. Actually, to prevent getting ambushed, I think I'll stay up on the roost nest.
Okay. So yeah, little Mickey, you climb up to the crow's nest, start taking your sentry's rest. Is everybody else going to sleep, or is anybody staying up? Or you do notice that there is a lot. Normally, it was only like 3 people on watch, with along with either Squall, Skipper, or the cook. But at this point, it's closer to like 7 or 8 people are all up, crossbows out and drawn, and are just very watchful at the moment.
No, I think I'll let them handle it and go to sleep.
Yeah, if there's that many people up, I'll also go to sleep.
All right, go. You guys get your sleep. You all bed down, whether it's in rain barrels, beds, or the crow's nest. You all sit down. You all just kind of breathe in, breathe out. Jay, you specifically, it's like because of the exact effects of their magical stares, it's not so much that you're physically wounded, but you just have zero energy at all. It's like it all just got sucked out of your body.
Yeah, Jay's not doing too well in the head. Jay's definitely not doing too well in the head right now.
But yeah, you guys, you all settle down and you get a long rest in easily enough.
Huzzah.
Cover 1 point of exhaustion.
How many were you at? Just 2?
At 2.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
1 more to go.
Oh.
So, somebody roll me a d10.
I didn't do it last time, so if no one has any objections, I'll do it.
Yep.
Have at it.
You and Ratu.
All right, Rathu's next.
All right.
Which dice to use? D10, you said?
A d10.
2.
2. Okay. So, you guys do wake up, kind of stretch and yawn, come back up above decks. You see Squall is back at the helm, his son nowhere to be seen. The cook kind of passing out these lightly steaming bowls of what looks like some sort of really thin oatmeal. And it's not quite as foggy as it was last time, but it's still a pretty foggy time. Harder to see more than, say, 30 feet in front of your faces. So yeah, are you guys doing anything for the day?
Jay's probably gonna grab some food and then immediately head back under deck.
Okay, all right.
What did
polish himself again?
Cook just kind of hands you a bowl, doesn't really say much, just kind of hands it off to you and keeps going to check on his crew.
what did they do with the hag's body?
Apologies, I'm chewing.
That's okay. Sorry.
You guys did see them. They also looked through it. They didn't seem to find anything else, and then they just kind of tossed it overboard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna think like, oh, I should salvage it, but it's probably gross to eat anyway, so never mind.
Yes, it definitely, the way that it smelled was definitely not something you would want to eat.
Fair. Okay.
Unappetizing even to the lizard.
That's incredible.
Sorry,
Even-
what?
Even lizards don't want to eat rotten flesh, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, very few things have the digestive tract to be able to eat something that's like well and truly rotten.
Right, except for like vultures and stuff.
Vultures, a few types of lots of types of bugs. Actually.
Damn, should have been a maggot person.
Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, you
Next-
could have been, I suppose.
next
I'm
character.
sure that there is some sort of stat block for that somewhere. So, the day is yours. It's foggy, but the weather is still good. You seem to be progressing along at a half decent clip, at least.
I guess with the fog, I'll try and keep an extra eye out for more creatures of the fog and sea.
All right, roll me a perception check real quick.
19.
Nice, 19. Okay. Yeah, you guys stay up on the upper decks, just doing your best to keep a lookout, keep an eye around. As far as you can tell, even with your patrolling, there isn't much that seems to be happening. Sails are occasionally adjusted to keep with the wind. Certain things are trimmed. The guy who almost died is nowhere to be seen either. You You do occasionally hear him very loudly from below decks telling a story in which he is quite heroic, apparently. Which, considering all he did was take 2 shots and miss, you all seem to know was not very true.
Poor guy.
But yeah, that's about all you're hearing or seeing.
Notably, also, you don't hear Jay.
He died.
He died. He's dead.
This is how I do it.
No. All right, but yeah. Also, unless anybody has any more specific things that they're wanting to do with the day, I'll go transition into the night. The fog doesn't really lift as you go into the night. It's a very pervasive feeling. You start feeling almost claustrophobic with how much the fog there is and how it just will not go away. You just cannot see the open sea for the life of you. It doesn't let up. So, is anybody keeping watch over the night, or are you letting the sailors handle it?
I will keep watch
if
overnight.
I didn't. I'll stay watch. I've taken a nap already, right? I should be recharged.
Yeah. Plus 4 hours and you're conscious anyways, so I'll say you can.
I'll
You
stay
and,
up.
is anybody else staying up?
Ilya.
And
And then-
Ilya, me and Ilya will once again maintain watch.
Night crew.
Her lower, me upper.
All right. Yeah. Make me because of the fog, both of you make me some perception checks at disadvantage.
Another disadvantage perception
Oh
check.
man, that disadvantage. I rolled 2 4s
Well, it doesn't seem like it had that much of an effect technically.
for a total of 9.
A nat 1 and 7. So nat 1.
Okay.
What would that be? That'd be perception. That would be a 2. I saw fuck all.
Okay. So as you are all
What was the number rolled, by the way, in that D10?
2.
Oh, so we're gonna get attacked. Okay, nice.
No, we're not. You remember, unless you change the table. Just means we're getting paid more.
Or we're getting attacked by something else. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
So you all you're kind of sitting there. It's hard to see in the fog, but suddenly from maybe 30 feet off the prow of the ship and about another 30 feet starboard, you see this light blue, very bioluminescent looking glow start to come from the water. And you see 3 sailors, all weapons drawn, immediately rushing over, and then it goes from like alarm to a bit of awe and a bit of
Can I
like,
Eldritch blast it?
hold on. You rolled a 1. You're seeing them, but you still only see a glow. You don't really see what's glowing yet.
Okay.
And you can hear, you can't really hear as well, Mickey, but Ilya, you can. These like gasps of a little bit of wonder, a little bit of shock, a little bit of just like whoa. And you watch as this beautiful, not like giant as in like 50 feet wide, but about 10 feet wide at the wingtips. About roughly 12 feet long, this a manta ray that has these glowing blue lines covering its back and its body suddenly is rising from the depths of the ocean. It breaks the water in this splash of bioluminescent water and is suddenly flying. It coasts not quite over your ship, but in an arc that just brushes past your ship. And even with a 1, you are getting a stunning look at these swirls and almost knotwork looking. It almost looks like very intricate Celtic knots of just glowing bioluminescence that cover this thing's skin, as it let out just a rather deep and almost mournful just and it enters the water again, and it slowly vanishes into the dark water, and that is all you see during the night.
I feel like Ilya spends the rest of her night staring over the edge of the ship, just hoping to see it again, even though in the back of her mind she understands that it's not going to come back. She definitely found it mesmerizing to look at this creature.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, the rest of your night goes without issue. The sailors are kind of sitting there whispering and talking. Ilya, you would hear them mentioning. You'd hear them whispering and talk. Not even really whispering, just not yelling, but just kind of talking amongst themselves about the ghost ray. But that's about all you see. You're now about. So, for the morning, somebody roll me a d10.
Long rest.
Mhm.
Wrath you time.
I am a human
Wrath
again.
you. Alright, we're gonna roll for Wrath you. We're gonna use the Galaxy die because he's
Your world.
Lovey, don't
he,
bother.
he is my world.
A mess in there. It's not worth getting dirty over.
That's a 9 for Wrath you.
Ooh, pretty good.
Okay, a 9. Nice. So, you wake up, and as you guys are coming aboard, there's still some fog, but as the sun comes up, it seems to just burn it away fairly well this time. The fog is finally lifted, and you're sitting there just staring. Finally, for the first time in 3 days, really, because the storm definitely made it hard to see this as well, a fairly calm and just beautiful to the horizon of sea and life. The knuckle bones, which y'all have been seeing in the distance, have definitely gotten a fair amount bigger. You'll hear Squall as he's up, or Skipper this time, as he's up there on the wheel, saying you've got roughly 5, including today, you've got about 5 days left. 2 days before you end, or excuse me, 1 day before you end up passing the strait between that sea canyon and the knuckle bones. I'll pull up the map so you know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, before you pass the strait between the knuckle bones and the sea canyon. But yeah, the wind isn't quite perfectly at your back. It's more coming from your left, your port side. But they still do manage to tilt the sails and catch some wind. It's a very calm day. The ocean and well, what are you guys doing?
I am telling the people who were sleeping, the party, about the big fucking fish that went flying through the air. And I'm talking about how it had these giant wings and all these blue markings. I'm not describing it very well because Ilya's not smart with aquatic creatures. But she is doing her best to describe this weird fish that went flying through the air.
So,
I don't
was it
know.
a ghost?
I was gonna say I don't know how many people. I'm assuming everyone grew up in a town close to water. But if not, as someone that did, does this ring any bells?
Anybody?
Probably
Make me
not though for me.
Make me history checks. I'll say Jay, Airtos, and Ilya. Yeah, and Ilya, make me history checks real quick.
Oh, history is the thing I'm so good at. 3.
Yeah, baby.
That's actually not bad. 17.
30-20.
Dirty. Okay. And I believe somebody said they got a 3.
Yeah, Airtos got a 3.
Gotcha.
Pretty on
So,
time.
Ilya and Jay, you both remember from your respective people that I feel like it's fairly obvious that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Being put to sleep, being rocked, and as you were a young child, being told tales of all the different creatures and mystical things that you would find out at sea. Some are terrifying. stories of serpents that were so big they could wrap around the entire world itself. Stories of mad, mad. That's what I'm looking for. My brain doesn't work for me. Mad fishmen pulling boats down into the ocean. Some are beautiful, such as the stories of the ghost rays. They are these they're supposedly bring good luck. Nobody knows where they come from, and nobody really knows how they mate. But sometimes on very dark nights, as you had last night, these rays will come to the surface, and they can. Whereas most rays can only be beneath the surface, these ghost rays have been seen flying not great distances, but further than just a little hop, like a genuine glide and fly type of thing. Um, they have never been known to it. They've never been known to be violent. Uh, the only people who have claimed to have hunted them have either been disproven, or at the very least, there's been no cases that anybody can remember of it being proven. And while it is not very, there's much looser, less solid fairy tales about them having some sort of connection with the Sunrider. But that those are like just the weird, like, odd people saying odd shit kind of stories that you hear.
All right.
But yeah, that's all that you guys can remember from a dirty 20 and a 17.
Cool.
Yep. Does anybody want to do anything else during the day?
How many days away are we from shore?
So you're roughly 5-ish days. One more day before you're passing this strait, and then another 3 to 4, depending on how the weather goes, to Respite.
So, wait. I thought this was a week-long trip, and we got delayed by 4 days.
So you've been out. So you've been out at sea for 3 days.
Uh huh.
Or, excuse me. Yeah, 3 days. This is the 4th day. You had a really good day on your first day, but the storm put you back a couple
Yeah.
day.
Oh yeah.
Day. So essentially, you've been out 3 days, but you lost. But 2 of those days almost entirely canceled each other out. So now
Yeah.
you've essentially only been traveling for about 2 days at this point. So you still have another 4 or 5 days to go,
Okay.
depending on what.
But time on boat, we've been here.
This is day 4 for you.
Okay.
Time on boat.
So, time on boat, we have 4 days of pay plus incident.
Plus 1 incident. Yep.
24 gold. Let's go.
Yep.
Making that bank.
So yeah. Unless there's any. You guys all. I'm assuming. Ilya and Mickey are doing the same routine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Make me this time. Not well, Mickey, for you because you don't have dark vision, it's a disadvantage. But Ilya, because you have like 300 feet of dark vision, you're not at disadvantage. Roll me some perception points.
20 and a 12, so 12, 13 total.
That's a 10 total. I rolled a 5.
So, you sail. It's still a pretty calm night. You're looking around, you're listening, and it's calm. It's quiet. You you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary, and nothing seems to catch your eye as you have a fairly uneventful night. So, who wants to roll me another D10, excuse me.
So, who do we have left? I think technically we have Glenn would have to roll, so we'll give that to Travler.
All right, I'll roll one.
And then I have a few. obviously.
Okay. So, as you all come to consciousness,
You won't even tell us. That's right. No, that's even worse. Oh man. Oh boy.
as you all come to consciousness, the wind isn't with you the same way it was that first day, but it's still. This time it's come from the right. It's come from the starboard, but it seems to have at least be enough behind you enough that you're making good time. But as you wake up, you go out, you stretch your legs on the sea deck, and you really look out for the first time. And Ilya and Nikki, you do as well, as it's been pretty dark up until this point. And you see, whereas before they were off in the distance or just kind of big, you're suddenly seeing the knuckle bones for the first time, and they are massive. They're just these spikes of stone and hard rock that are thrust up from the ocean floor. Some of them some of them are as many as miles apart. Some of them appear to be mere feet apart. But no matter where you look, there always seems to be more that take up this space. There, like, you can see why this would be a very hard thing, if not impossible, to just straight sail through. And they are growing because as you're getting closer and closer, they are like it's starting to get to the point where you're having to arch your back and neck to truly look up at these things. So, uh, with that being said, what are y'all doing for the day?
How close are we going? How close are we supposed to get to the knuckle bones?
So you're supposed to be. It's gonna be a few miles going down the middle, which is the recommended, the recommended solution.
Sure.
It's roughly you're going to be about 4 miles ish from either side, from the last of the rock formations that form the knuckle bones, and roughly the same from my brain doesn't want to work for me
The other
today,
thing.
and roughly the same from the sea canyon on the other side.
Okay.
So
Does it feel like we're closer to the knuckle bones than we should be right now, or are they just larger than we anticipated?
make me a perception check.
Okay.
Or actually, we can do a survival check because it's kind of yeah.
They might be the same. Yeah, they are. So 24.
24. Okay, wow. All right. So yeah, you're wow, that's really good. So yeah, you go out, you're looking at it, and you're you're definitely a little offset. Like you're closer to the knuckle bones than you are to the sea canyon, but you don't think that it's to a dangerous degree. At least as far from what you're looking at right now, it doesn't appear to be to the point where it's dangerous.
Okay. In terms of hitting them or anything like that.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't think you're gonna hit them. It looks fairly solid. Like you're yeah. You're not looking like in immediate danger of hitting anything or anything like that.
Okay.
So, what are y'all doing? Mickey, are you moving from the crow's nest at all?
No. Well, anything we need to do?
Jay is still downstairs.
Okay, you're downstairs. All right.
Yeah, I
Has
think
Jay
Mickey's
come up
just
at all?
staring.
He's gone up to get like food and water, maybe once or twice. But aside from that, he's not spending any time above.
Ilya's gonna go check on him
Okay.
before taking a nap after keeping watch overnight.
Yeah, I mean, you as a elf, you only have to sleep for 4 hours. It doesn't take you long to catch up to everybody.
Yeah.
You're fine. So yeah, all right. They'll take it. This is about noon then that you're doing this all at. But yeah, easy enough. It's a small ship. It's not hard to find where Jay is.
I go over to Jay, are you like in a room, or are you in a hammock, or what's your situation?
Yeah, well, so you tell me, Traveler, is this room here up for grabs, or would that be a crewmate
Yes.
room?
So you guys have been staying in this rough area.
All right.
That's where they directed you, like, hey, this is where you can stay, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'd be like in this room back here, um, like out of the way.
Okay, I go over and I politely knock on the door.
Which gets
Jay,
crusty.
it's Ilya. Are you awake?
Chicken down the wrong throat. Um. Yeah. Yeah, I'm awake. And I'll go over and I open the door.
Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Are you doing okay?
I I I- I'm just thinking about some things. It's it's been a rough couple of days. I'll say that for sure. Um, I'm I'm keeping it together.
Well, I'm glad you're keeping it together. I know it's been a bad few days, especially, the other day and back on the mainland before we left. I mean, I know some stuff's been bothering you. I don't normally pry, but if you ever want to talk, you're more than welcome to. I have two good ears, and I don't talk to people. So your secrets are safe with your friend Ilya here.
I I don't know if this will make much sense, but even though I'm really good at talking to people, I'm I'm really bad at talking to people.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense, actually.
So I've been trying to keep myself busy with some of the things that I'd been taught a long time ago, and seeing if it'll help, because what I'm doing right now certainly isn't helping me much. Just trying to remember what you taught me.
Well, that's good. I mean, maybe you should go get some sun, or even spend some time with Ertos. I know when I had a lot of bad things going on, he was there. He might not always seem like it, but he's actually pretty good at helping people out.
Yeah, yeah. I think I will. I'm real close, and uh, you see Jay, again, somehow pull out a card from nowhere, just from nowhere. And see him snap his fingers with the card in his hand, and you see like a brief bit of light and what looks like a little bit of smoke, but just it doesn't look quite right. I'm I'm real close. Just I know that once I get this down, uh, I think things will get at least a little bit better for me. I appreciate it, but um, I want to work on this, and I not the smartest, so it does. I need the quiet, the silence to try to at least help my brain put some of it together.
Well, I understand that, so I'll let you do your thing. I'm always here if you ever do feel like chatting about anything, whatever you feel like doing,
Thank you.
and whenever you figure out what you're trying to figure out, I look forward to seeing.
Don't worry, y'all know it when you see it. I hope.
Yeah. I'll pat his shoulder and I'll let him go back to doing what he's doing.
After she leaves and I close the door, there just smile drops. Jay sits back down and just takes out one of the bone daggers, and like between his two hands, like the tip of the dagger on one finger and the tip of the bone shard on the finger, the blunt, the end on the other, and just spins it in his hand, looking at it. That's it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, alright, so those of you who are above decks, Mickey and Ertos, make me some perception checks real quick.
Ooh.
Was so close to being bad. 22.
Okay, 22.
7.
7. Okay, so 22. You're watching, you're keeping an eye out, you're just kind of hanging out, and having spent some time, something starts to bug the edges of your senses, for lack of a better term. Not necessarily like a specific like, oh, this is hearing, this is and that. It's just there is something that just makes you feel like, okay, I'm being watched. Something's going on right now.
Like the hair standing up on the back of your neck.
Like Jay,
except
like Jay
I
felt
don't-
when he was followed the entire time
Yeah.
at Ooster Key.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you can't quite pin down what it is. You're looking around and you see. You're just kind of doing a quick 360. You're like, okay, water, couple like schools of very small fish, some birds that look to be circling up around the my brain's
Mast.
working around the knuckle bones.
Okay.
Off to the right, you can just catch the edges of this trough of where it's just water, and then there's just no water, but it's a few miles out. You're having a hard time pinning down what is making you feel watched right now.
Could I look at the crew, everyone on deck, and see if any of them are acting strangely?
Yeah, sure. Roll me perception. Well, you already kind of rolled it. So
Could I do
roll-
like insight to see if they're acting funny?
Insight. That's what I was about to say. Roll me an insight check instead.
Perfect.
See what you remember.
Well, my insight's better, but I rolled a nat 1, so 8.
Okay. That's still pretty impressive. So yeah,
That's
you're looking around
obscene.
and you're kind of. So you're looking at the crew, and I mean, you haven't spent much time among people. It's hard to make out. It's hard to grasp. None of them look weird, but a couple of them do look a little perturbed. Same as you. They kind of just have this a little like something doesn't feel right type of look to them.
Are you gonna let anyone else notice that you have a bad feeling, or are you just gonna keep that to yourself right now?
Well, I don't know what it is. I think I'll go up to one of the other crew members that look that they seem to be going through the same thing that I am, and I'm gonna be like, "Do you notice anything?"
Guys, looks at you and just goes, I don't know, I just got a deep feeling in my gut.
Hmm.
I can't quite put a hand on it, or a finger on it, rather, much less a whole hand.
Me neither. I'll call out to Ilya, who I assume is coming up from the bottom of the ship,
Yeah, if she wants.
and to Mickey, who's up there, and I'll just be like, "Hey guys, just keep an eye out. Something's up, but I don't know what.
I'm gonna mention real quick. Make's gonna be like, is there another invisible assassin on the ship?
Oh no.
If there is, it's not right near me.
If you say
Well, it would be
invisible
targeting
assassin,
Jay.
since someone said it, I will cast see invisibility.
Okay. You're looking around. No, you don't see anything invisible. You don't. Yeah, you're looking around, appearing, and everything that you are seeing definitely appears to be what they're actually wearing. You know, nobody's invisible. Everything you see with the spell, you see with your own eyes too. So it's
Okay. I'll
Should you
I'll
quickly check the other layers of the ship just in case? Traveler's playing a little trick on us because we can't see anything because we're not on the right level.
I can.
roll me some perception checks as you're rolling through the deck.
Ooh.
I'll do
Checking
a
my
patrol as
Discord.
well.
Checking my Discord DMs to make sure Traveler isn't just killing me in
We
my
can,
own
like,
DMs.
make a death save.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, should I roll
That
perceptions as well, or?
that's a 13.
Yeah, anybody who's rolling through the decks of the ship is free to roll perception checks because you guys scour it essentially.
You want me to make a new one, or
Either yes, you'll make a new one. Either perception or investigation, depending on what you prefer.
I'm in my room, so
19
I don't see
and
shit.
on the second deck and 11 on the bottom of the deck.
Okay. All right.
do you want us to roll for each deck, or just?
Or no, I meant just one for total.
Oh.
You don't have to roll for shit.
Oh, one? Oh, then just 18. That was the first one I rolled.
I also got an 18.
You all are so perceptive.
Okay, nice. 18.
I told you I
Okay.
was either gonna roll ones or 18s, and so far it's been one, so I'm hoping for some 18s back.
So you guys are, going around, digging through the ship, the contents, this and that, and you're looking, and you can't really seem to find anything. Even with the see invisibility spell up, you don't really notice anything.
This could be one of the he's making his roll perception to look to see if we see a reflection kind of thing.
Are there
I'm
mirrors
gonna-
on this boat?
I'm gonna go check Jay's room.
I'm glad somebody said something.
Okay, you check Jay's room. Do you knock first, or you just go in?
I knock first.
Okay, you knock.
What time of day is it?
At this point, it'll be about noon, afternoon, maybe. Between 12 to 2.
Yeah, I say. Who is it?
Hello. It is me, Mickey.
Oh, hey, little man. I'll get up and open the door.
It's Ertos who felt something wrong, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna tell Jay. Ertos has felt something off. He is worried we may be under attack.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm shouting from like down the hall or like up some stairs. I'll be like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna just stay up on top and see if something happens. And I'm gonna just like hide behind some stairs, so that I'm not in danger, but I can see what might happen.
Due to prior circumstances, I would recommend we remain on high alert.
All right. I'm gonna walk out to the main deck. I guess I'll see if I see anything.
What are the
funny
Roll a
things we-
perception check for me real quick.
What's the highest we've rolled?
18.
I got a
Nah.
22 on the first one, so
I don't see shit.
Well, here's the thing. Could we technically have Ertos? You have blind vision, right? Or is that Mycilio?
no, that's me.
It's just
I
blind
have
sight, yeah.
10 foot
So-
feet of it.
We could technically have you run around the ship and see that blind sight pick something up.
I am going to walk over up to Ertos.
That's probably a good
Okay.
idea.
Okay.
Metagaming, but hey, I don't care.
Can I look over the edge of the ship?
Sure. Yeah, you look over the edge of the ship. It's just the edge of the ship. you notice some barnacles are starting to gather. You know, there's a sailor who's also looking at it, very disappointed because he knows he's going to. He knows he's gonna have to scrape that off once they get into port. But you don't see anything necessarily watching you. No.
Walking up to Ertos.
As he approaches, do I sense anything around him?
No.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Probably laughing at how paranoid he's got us. Got us fucking scared of our own damn shadows.
To be
over
fair,
here.
I gave him every ample opportunity in the past few days to just absolutely murk me being alone in that room. But so Ertos, what exactly did you see?
I don't know. It's like, you know, when you're like sitting in a room and it's like kind of dark, kind of light, and you think you see a figure standing in the corner, and then when you look, it's nothing there.
Yeah, I
It's
do.
kind of like that, except the whole ship, like something is watching, but I can't see it. And it's not me. I'm not crazy.
Are we in
Some of the other
fog?
guys.
No, we're
No,
not.
it's clear. It's pretty clear.
I
Elliot, do you still have,
wanna look up.
Do we see in color?
yeah, Elliot, do you still have
Yes,
detect
yes,
evil and good?
yes, yes,
I was actually about to cast that. The after you answer
sorry,
Jay,
so
I'm good.
you're looking up.
Yeah, like up and out, like cloud level.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you look up and you see the sky. Off towards the. You see some seabirds off towards the knucklebones that probably nest in the rocks there.
Yeah, this would
That's
be
about
Jay's
it.
first time seeing the knucklebones too.
Yes, it would be. You're right.
I
Uh,
cast detect good and evil. Or
Okay,
detect
yeah.
evil.
You spend 10 minutes during the 10 minutes. No matter what you do, you sense nothing due to detect good and evil.
all right. Well, I am. I'm gonna go back down.
Wait,
Y'all.
before you go, can you talk to the captain? See if I'm not good at, you know, wordsing, and you're good. So go talk to him. See if he knows what's going on.
All right. As I look on deck, do I see captain, quartermaster? What do I see?
Yeah. You
Who's
see.
steering it?
Excuse me. Yeah. You see the quartermaster. You see the wheel is kind of held loosely by Skipper, just kind of hanging out there. But you do also see the quartermaster hanging out, talking to the finally coming from above decks. Dude who almost died.
Um, does the quartermaster look spooked or not spooked, but
Well, I'll say he's kind of looking in the air a little bit, but he looks less nervous about it than other people do.
all
I'll say.
right. I'm gonna go walk up to him.
Okay. Yeah. You so looks at the guy and he just goes, "You'll be fine. How about you get better with that fucking crossbow and you don't have to complain as much?" And kind of gives him a tap on the shoulder and turns to you. "What can I do for you, gentlemen?"
I thought he was talking about me for a second. I was about to go off on this guy.
No. If you remember, the dude who died missed like 3 different shots against the same. So there's definitely been some riffing going on at this point that you would have noticed. You would have noticed that as he told stories, Skipper, who was also there, told the truth, and so now there's been some ribbing. There's been some like, oh ha ha, he can't aim for shit type of stuff happening with him.
He's the stormtrooper of the ship.
Yes,
Got it.
exactly.
I'll let them finish. I'm not actually gonna interject.
No. The second he saw you heading over here, he did this. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, quick question, Mr. Quartermaster. Have you felt this before?
You mean And he kind of like makes a little head nod towards the knuckle bones.
Are they? Are these doing it?
Well, I mean, nobody really talks about it as such, but the more perceptive people, everybody feels watched when you're around them damn things. Nobody really knows why, nobody really knows how, but yeah, I mean, you always feel eyes on you once you get within a few miles of the damn spiked fucking mountains.
Okay, above table. That is fucking terrifying.
Yep,
It-
above table, yep, I completely agree, I'm terrified,
The
I don't like
trees
any of this.
literally have eyes. They're not trees,
Nope,
but yeah,
I don't like that one bit.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I want to get out of here as fast as possible. We better be rolling 10s all the way out of here. I don't want to see any 1s. No 1s from anyone.
Has anybody gone and mapped them out or explored them?
Well, there's been a few successful voyages through, but as far as we know, in the last 1,000 of years, those few numbered about 3. So not many people come out alive enough to really map anything out.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Huh. All right. Well, thank you for that bit of information. It is incredibly unsettling.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's
right it
what I
is.
put in it.
Yeah. Well, here's to
Roll
hoping
that-
that days are quick in this area. I'm going to walk back to my group and generally explain the terrifyingness of what we just learned.
Mickey is going to immediately climb back up to his pillar very nervously, and like just keep glancing at the fucking mountains. he doesn't like anything to do with this. That creeped him the fuck out. He's like, hell no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Does-
yeah.
Does
Question-
Mickey have
well,
any...
actually, yeah.
Wait, actually, yeah, question. Does Mickey have any understanding in regards to the mountains and why that might be the case?
No.
Did
okay.
Jay feel like he was being watched below deck?
What's your passive perception?
11.
Nope.
All right. I guess as I take the steps down, okay, I would suggest if y'all don't like the feeling to just go below deck.
I think knowing, like, realizing that it's something and not nothing, having an answer has eased Ertos a little bit, but he still is, like, frustrated that something is watching him and he can't see them, so he's just, like leaning on the side of the ship, just staring back at the knuckle bones as, like, a power move of, like, oh, you're gonna stare at me, I'm gonna stare at you. And he just is there for a while.
Okay, alright, yeah. Who all went down below deck? When,
Jay.
okay. Did anybody else follow him below deck, or were you guys just...
I don't
No, I go back
let's-
to my normal spot. at
Let's
the
say
front of the ship.
Glenn did, just to be Mycelia went with him just to be
Sure.
safe.
I'll say Mycelio, especially with this crazy high passive perception, he went down and has since reported, yeah, you still feel it below deck.
Shit.
Well, I feel fine.
As they say, ignorance is bliss, I guess.
Sure fucking is.
Yep.
So are both Ertos and Ilya at the front? Or who's where?
Ertos would be roughly at like the left to the back if he wants to stare at them.
By
Yeah.
the way, real quick question. Could we use the cannons at all in combat?
Those are ballista, and yes, you can. I couldn't find one with ballista, but those are large ballista with what look like very special big bolts being set aside for them with very oddly shaped heads.
Above table, I'm gonna recommend if you want to feel really comfortable, being next to those and ready to use them. Definitely would probably make you feel a little bit more comfortable.
Well, I don't feel
Shoot,
uncomfortable
shoots the
anymore. I feel
mountain.
angry.
I feel fine.
Well, if you're
Okay.
angry, you can take it out. You can fire a ballista arrow on the mountains. I just wouldn't recommend it because I don't like the idea of what they could do.
Oh,
back.
100% it's like a dragon or something. I mean,
I think-
Oh yeah.
yeah, 100%. It's,
I think Mickey's the one who's the most uncomfortable now.
yeah.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. I'm nervous as shit up in the mountains. I mean, up on the mast.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, you guys keep sailing. The feeling kind of persists. As night is starting to fall, you are just kind of past where the mountains are. You're starting to sail away from them. Ilya and Mickey, unless anybody else wants to stay awake.
Nah.
Your roll me perception checks. Mickey, yours at disadvantage.
God, this die.
So easy.
8 and 5, so 6.
8.
If this die keeps failing me, I'm gonna switch it out.
Oh, I'm putting this die away. It's being bad.
Okay, yeah. You guys don't seem to notice anything. I mean, it's quiet, it's dark. Unfortunately, no glowing and magical manta rays are coming for you this time. You guys are just it's a night and it goes by. And that's about it. Yeah, no, that's about it. So, yeah.
I'll roll the d10 this time. Pray
All
for
right.
luck.
Well, I was about to ask. Roll me who wants to roll the d10 for the next day.
Okay, please a 10. Please a sweet, sweet 10. Get us the fuck out of these cursed mountains before Travler can do some nasty shit to us.
Dude,
A
you got this. You
D10.
got this.
What's the worst that could happen?
3. Damn it. I was there.
Watch that be the worst that could happen. All because you said it.
Yeah, I blame Drew.
Roll a d6 for the chromatic dragon.
No. So on a 3,
You die.
You guys go out and you notice that the skies have started to darken.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, buddy.
Not as bad as that second day. And as you're out there, you feel, and it starts to rain, and I mean rain.
Like Florida rain.
Yeah, I'm talking like, yeah. Imagine just the heaviest rain you've had in your life, and it's about that.
Is there any cover on the little crow's nest?
No, the crow's nest is not covered.
It's a crow's nest.
Then I immediately get off the mast and try to get undercover.
It's fresh water.
Okay.
It won't rust you.
That is not how that works.
No, it won't tarnish me, and I still don't like it. Fuck off.
So, but it is pouring and it is miserable. You all are doing your best to stay warm, stay dry. Is anybody staying out in the? Is anybody staying out on deck?
I am at the front of the ship. Still.
Okay, all right. You're still at the front of the ship.
I don't like stay at the very front. I like tuck myself a little bit back, but I am outside.
Okay, yeah.
Remove
You're
myself. I'm like over here.
Sorry, I just looked at the memes that you guys sent. Okay. So yeah, you guys all make me perception check, Ilya, just while you're out and about.
Oh, that one's not too bad. That's a 17.
Okay, 17. Yeah, you're looking out, and you look as you're looking out into the rain and the ocean, you're looking out. You see a couple flashes of lightning, and for a split second, you almost think you see something moving in the clouds. Huge and massive, but
No.
then it's gone.
Ah!
You just saw it, but it doesn't see it. It was just such a vague shape that you weren't. Yeah, it doesn't quite pop up again, and you're just left wondering what the fuck happened.
it was
So,
probably
Was
like
it-
on a scale of vaguely how big, like size of the ship or bigger or
So
smaller?
to put this into perspective, as far as you could tell, this is not like a storm cloud that's like you feel like you could reach up and touch it. This is a storm cloud that feels far away, and if you put your hand up, it would still be about as wide across as your hand was.
massive.
Ilia's anxiety immediately comes back.
Yes, yeah. But no, you don't.
Question: was it too brief that Ilya wouldn't have seen where it was moving to?
It didn't appear to have any necessarily like. It wasn't even necessarily moving in a direction. It almost looked more like an undulation, if you will.
So it kind of just popped into my vision. I went, "Oh fuck," and then it kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
I
I'd be under deck, right?
Yes, you went under deck, so you wouldn't have seen it.
I go to find the captain.
Okay, yeah. So you go see. It is Squall, Squall taking his turn at the helm as he just kind of is sitting there, wheel in one hand, just blurrily, kind of looking out over the ocean. He's a turtle. He doesn't seem to be affected too much by the water. It's falling.
Okay, I walk up to him and say, Captain, did you happen to see the giant thing in the sky by any chance?"
Giant thing in the sky?
Yeah, up in the clouds, there was a giant shadow that kind of came down for a second and then went back up.
Squints up at the clouds for a second. Are you okay? Have you been drinking enough water, young lady?
I haven't been drinking today, no.
I think you should drink something. I think it could do you some good. Kind of like
See?
it's definitely looking more at the sky than he was before, but not really doing anything other than that.
Ilya just kind of shrugs and says, "All right then. Guess I'll go find the liquor cabinet," and I just walk away.
Okay.
He didn't seem to care. I go back to my post. I do not go to the liquor cabinet though.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'll just keep an eye out. If it shows up again, I'll sprint for the party. But
Okay.
I'm downstairs.
Dragon.
Yeah, you're downstairs. Yeah. All right. So that takes us into the night. It is still piss and rain. Who's staying out? Is anybody staying out to help keep watch?
I would, because I don't think the rain bothers me as much, and I want another person to keep watch.
And Jay would
Okay.
actually come out from below deck because of the
Okay.
rain.
So Jay and my brain doesn't want to work for me today.
Eritos.
Yeah, Jay and Eritos, make me some perception checks.
I would like
guessing-
to aid him.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. All right, you're aiding Eritos then. Sure.
Can
Does
I
that
guide
make it
him,
a-
or is that no because it's the entire night?
No, yeah, that wouldn't be something that works the entire night, so no.
Got it.
Does that make it a straight roll since it's pitch black?
Yes, that makes it a straight roll instead of disadvantage.
Oh wait, you don't
Oh,
have drug vision.
No, it's only Ilya.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hey,
Wait,
that's-
has it stopped raining?
Well,
Nope, not yet.
No, then.
I believe in you guys.
It's okay. I
Well,
rolled.
believe in you guys.
I rolled pretty good. 21.
Okay, yeah, 21, nice. So you're looking out into this deep, deep darkness, because I don't know if you've ever been outside at night in the rain with no like sort of with
Oh, yeah.
no street lights and stuff like that around, but it is almost pitch black beyond the few lanterns that they have posted around this ship. You don't notice anything. It seems to go by fairly quietly. The rain seems to be starting to peter out sometime around 3 o'clock at night, but you can tell because you still can't see the moon that it definitely didn't affect the my brain doesn't work for me today again. It definitely didn't. The clouds are still there, but yeah. So you do see the sun eventually start coming up from the clouds, so it's more of a dull gray as opposed to some sort of brilliant sunrise. So, unless I'm mistaken, that brings us to we have 3 more days of travel left.
Are we out
No,
from the
4.
Knucklebones?
Yes. So, and as a note, Airtos, as you're leaving this rain, you do finally get that feeling of being watched, and it just vanishes. It floats away. You
Under-
feel you settle back into your skin comfortably again.
Under my breath, it's like, yeah, that's right. Fuck you, mountains.
You feel watched again. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Yeah.
Rain's over.
Yeah, so, well, roll me a d10. Who wants to roll a d10 for the day? For the
I
next
will.
day.
'Cause I
No,
said
No,
something.
not Drew. You're banned. You have
No,
bad
you,
rolls.
you got this. You got this. I believe in you. That's a 1. Or that's a 1 out of 10.
It's 1. It's 1. I told you. I warned.
Traveler, that would be a 1.
Okay. So the rain appeared to have petered out on early in the morning. But as you guys are waking up, and as you do see some sort of like vague
Drew
sunrise,
is banned
very
from rolling.
you
Drew
see,
is banned from rolling.
you feel the water starting to get heavier, and the waves starting to get bigger, starting to lift your ship up and then crashing it down.
I'm
Yeah.
very happy
Yeah,
that
you see the captain looking around again and just going, "Oh, fuck! All hands!" and starts just yelling, screaming orders, doing the best he can. The cook comes up and starts helping, and you see them all once again tying themselves off to their stations, battening up hatches, doing everything they can to prepare for a hell of a storm. So is there anything that anybody wants to try to help?
I will start tying stuff down with the crew.
Okay. Everybody, or sorry, I'll say, somebody roll me we'll make it a survival check. Anybody who wants to.
let's say, well, Ilya suggested so.
God damn
Okay,
it.
yeah. All right, Ilya, roll
Who
me
has the
survival.
high survival?
Okay, I got the. Ilya suggested my survival ain't that bad.
Yeah. That's...
It is when I roll a 1.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
yeah,
4.
baby.
4 with a natural 1.
Okay.
Does anyone have a higher survival?
No, that's
Yeah.
not. Nah,
Now-
you say it. You
But
Hold
Too
on.
late.
I have to roll something. Real quick.
Oh, we're so fucked.
Oh,
It's
Guess
a,
let's
it's
see
a
if
skill
the-
challenge, guys. It's a skill challenge. If you
Okay.
suggest something, you're the one that
Okay.
rolls it.
Yep.
So, you see as you're looking around, you're getting thrown and tossed about, and this goes on all day long. Everybody make me a Constitution saving throw real quick. As you are fighting and battling.
That's a natural 20 for 22.
Oh, makes
Okay,
up for
yeah,
the
so
natural 1.
I got a 4.
Ooh, Katoa.
Okay.
That's not bad. Con, 13.
And 10 for Eritos.
Okay. So with a 4, that was Mickey, I believe.
Yep.
Yep. So holding on, keeping yourself stable, and avoiding rolling off the deck of the ship, you do take a point of exhaustion from just the beating that your body has taken.
Ooh, 10 was the DC, wasn't it?
Huh?
Was 10 the DC? Is that why I didn't get it?
Yes.
Oh fuck yeah!
So yeah, you but eventually as night comes, the waves, I'm not going to go into the full description. You guys got my storm last session.
Yeah.
You guys do notice that they start to get smaller, the wind starts to whip around a little less harshly, but it starts getting dark again even as it's getting gentler.
Give us this money.
Can literally anyone other than Jay roll the die
Hey,
this time?
the more I
No.
roll, the more money we get.
Yeah, I think he
So-
should roll again.
Yeah, Jay should be the one that rolls because it's always the most entertaining.
If you want.
So
And I wish I could train my dog to roll dice like that Shiba does that you see. Like, that'd be so cool.
I mean, my cat will play with my dice. That's sort of like rolling them.
Yeah, it's close.
All right, who is rolling the next D10?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Hey, that's not bad. That's a 6.
Okay.
Middle of the road.
So, the waves are pretty minimal as the sun's starting to come up. You all kind of come above decks, battered and exhausted, but other than Mickey, relatively unharmed. You know, nobody's too tired. Nobody's anything. As you come up, you guys got really lucky on the D4 roll. The crazy storm appears to have actually pushed you this time instead of halting your progress and pushing you back. It actually appears to have pushed you
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the boxes. I saw the boxes. They're good.
not necessarily in the
Yeah.
direction, but more perpendicular to where you were trying to go. So you haven't really lost any ground this time, but you're a little closer.
I just muted him for a little while.
Right.
What are
So-
you talking about?
He's probably talking to his sister.
Someone else? Okay.
So yeah, as you as you guys are waking up and coming to consciousness, somebody roll me. So you rolled a 6. You notice Squall kind of pouring water out of his big old tricorn hat.
Well, how many days left do you say we have?
Pushed a little eastward over here. It's oof. Maybe give us 2 more days. You can I think we'll be able to see Respite on the horizon soon. I mean, we'll be able to see all the fingers really.
Cool.
2 days.
Perfect. All right.
So yeah, fairly normal day goes by. You all, yeah, fairly normal day goes by. If you guys have anything specific you want to do, anybody,
here.
anybody, Bueller.
Not not functionally. I think Ertos is just like with the crew. He's like throwing fish to try and catch it in their mouth and vice versa.
Okay,
Which
all right, fair
which
enough.
makes sense for a lizard person who can open his mouth really big. Not so much for normal sized mouths to try and
And-
catch fish in them.
Seeing as they're also probably raw fish, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that's
it's I'm catching them and eating them. They're just sort of hitting the other guys in the face.
fair enough. Yeah,
Okay.
they're all laughing. They're enjoying the group with you. Eventually, Cook kind of comes along and begrudgingly, as he's a dragonborn, kind of works. Has a little competition with you real
Hell
quick.
yeah.
Roll me one dexterity check real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Just a check.
Yeah, just a check.
11.
Okay. Yeah. So you managed to catch yourself a few fish. He catches 1 or 2, but after it's clear that you're better at this game than him, he kind of gives up just a little bit, claps a little bit, just good job.
I'll like
and then kind of moves on doing his
like-
doing his stuff.
wrap my arm around him and be like, yeah.
All right, all right. Anything else? That anybody's doing?
Uh,
Oh,
Nothing specific.
Nope.
I'm gonna be resting so I can get rid of my exhaustion.
fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm gonna try to get rid of it real quick before I found the dice. Yay, finally.
There
These
you
die
go.
roll a little bit better. They roll a little bit better, so hopefully they'll stop rolling low.
Okay.
The trick is, Nick, you need more than just one set of dice so that it's a threat to the other dice.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. No, the other die has like sharper edges, and that causes it to like just
well,
stop. They look nice, but they just stop immediately. I need like a better, yeah, I need like a better platform.
What'd you get, Nick?
Oh, what am I rolling for?
I didn't ask you to roll anything.
Yeah,
You're rolling for fun.
Yeah.
fucking like Drew.
Ilya and Mickey, you guys are staying up.
Yes, I am at least.
Okay.
I got 2 19s in a row. God damn it.
And those are gone now. You wasted them.
Yeah.
This is rolling much better, so.
Because that's how
sorry,
I
statistics
got a
work.
threat.
What was
Ilya,
that?
one more time. What did you roll?
That's a 21.
21. Okay, nice. So, it's a pretty quiet night. You guys are looking out, and now that the clouds washed away, you're getting into the moon has been waning, and it's a very slim. My brain doesn't work for me. Slim and slender moon today, just barely a sliver. I'm gonna say Airtos.
yes.
As you're kind of going to sleep in a puddle, rainwater, whatever it is that you're wherever it is you're sleeping.
Yeah.
You've had dreams before, but none quite as vivid as the one that seems to take you.
Okay.
You're in a very familiar, very dangerous looking forest. There are odd creatures flitting about the air around you, and the trees and vines that are up around them are pressing in from all sides, almost claustrophobically. But to you, it just feels like home.
Yeah.
As you're sitting, you're just kind of wandering, not really. You don't remember how you got. You don't remember how you got here.
You
And there's
put
no
the
real
5.
sense of direction. You until finally you stop in a clearing. It's fairly open, but you're looking around and you can start. It starts with something you hear, and then it's something that you can just begin to start seeing as some sort of massive shape appears to be moving in the tree line just from where you can see it. You keep catching these barest glimpses of scales, almost a wall of scales. And you hear in this low, guttural, very reptilian voice, "Son of my forebears, the Hallowed One comes for the strong and the weak alike." And as he hears this, you suddenly see you kind of do a 180 real quick to where you can almost hear the voice, and you see a massive Jormungandr from God of War scale fuck off serpent has suddenly reared its head above the forest and is like inches from your face.
Oh.
And yet, you don't feel fear. It's an almost familiar feeling of being watched and judged. You get the sense you do get the sense that there's some sort of like there is some sort of judgment or testing that he's looking for something. And
What was?
he
Sorry, what was the first part that he said? I got after the
Uh,
hollowed one, but the first couple of words I couldn't quite understand.
Okay, so he said, well, son of my firstborn.
Gotcha. Oh, I'm so glad I asked. That's way more important than I thought.
Although I will say, because this is more of a mental thing, you get the sense that he doesn't mean son in a literal sense, but more as a descendant.
Yeah, that I figured, but still.
Yes, just as a thing.
And you said it's like he's looking for. He's judging me in some way.
He's judging, and he's kind of like looking for something inside you. And he's, like I said, he was right behind you, kind of stumbled back, and you kind of find yourself a little frozen as he moves his mouth, this massive gaping maw right next to your ear, and just goes, "Hey, and we shall see if you are strong enough to bear my name." And suddenly it's like you fall through the floor, and you wake up.
Okay. Freaky. I think like you said, I don't think Ertos is perturbed by any means by that, but he is confused for sure, because like that's not something he was expecting.
I sure hope not. Otherwise, otherwise, Ertos, I'm the one that needs to talk to you, not the other way around.
That might still be true. Cool. He'll just like go to sleep, but it's one of those sleeps where he lays on his back, just like staring up at the ceiling with his eyes wide.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Lord.
I have so many dream quotes written down, some of them mine, some of them not mine.
Another day?
Yep, so yes, it is the next day. Somebody roll me a d10.
All right, I will.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chosen one. Oh, special child.
Let's see if strong enough to bear his name. That's gonna be a 5. So
Maybe.
That's what my D10 likes to roll as well. It likes to roll a 5. My D10, I rolled it like 10 times. It rolled 10, like practically 10 5s. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this dice magnetic or some shit?
So yeah, you roll a 5. It's another fairly. It's a fairly normal day out on the seas. Unless you guys all wake up, come out, you can just start to see something on the horizon. It's not coalesced yet, but it is. It's obviously not just more. It's obviously not just more ocean. There's some sort of bumps. Something is finally breaking the horizon just a little bit.
Cool.
And you guys kind of hear Squall. We made pretty good time. Sure. Kind of like looks to his son. He's like, I don't know, should be there by tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. Not too long of a trip at all here.
Perfect. Alrighty.
So yeah. Anybody have anything specific they want to do, or is it just another business as usual?
Before we end the ship journey, I think after that dream, Ertos is gonna talk to Ilya.
Okay.
I was gonna say good, because Jay could not help. Shit.
Yeah, he also wouldn't expect you to be able to in this realm, I don't think.
No, not a chance.
Mickey would give you pure tips to deal with hallucinations and or dreams.
Yeah, let's ask the robot about a dream.
Robot.
What do you see, electric sheep?
Like the old Oh God, what commercial was that? Where it's like, does your phone dream when you put it to sleep or whatever?
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about? He will come up to Ilya. I imagine she's at the front of the ship. Still, maybe,
Probably.
probably.
She's pretty much always been in that front area.
Uh, hey, Ilya. I had a weird dream last night, and I'm wondering if you you have to have experience with gods, right? It's like your wheelhouse.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I deal with gods. I'm a cleric, so yeah. Hi, how can I help you?
Do they ever talk to you in your dreams?
Uh, sometimes it typically, I mean, people who do great deeds or are meant to, they might talk to their gods. Sometimes they just kind of talk to people they think are worth talking to or important to talk to. Why
So,
did you
like,
talk to a god?
I didn't really do any talking, um, but kinda. Um, I dreamt that the rotted serpent talked to me. At least I'm pretty sure it was the rotted serpent. I can't imagine it was anybody else. It's a big serpent. But I don't think I've done anything worthy of his notice, if that makes sense.
I mean, what did he say?
It was a bunch of like, "Are you worthy?" and "You are my kin," and oh, I mean, those are the spark notes.
What?
That the spark notes is a thing from my hometown. You wouldn't understand.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I've heard wizards talk about that sometimes. It's weird.
um,
Uh,
but the one thing that like, I don't know. I've the one thing that I'm not quite sure. He said the hollowed one comes for the strong and the weak alike. And while that makes sense, because like, if you're fighting an enemy, you're not gonna be like, "Oh, you're weak. I'm not gonna kill you." You're still gonna, But like, what is that? Why do I need to know that?
Can I make a history or religion check on Hollowed One specifically? Like that
Make
phrasing?
or I'll say it's a religion check. Make me a religion check real quick.
Oh my god, my dice. It stayed on a 13, then went to a 5. So that's a
5.
8 total.
No, you don't remember. It doesn't really tickle anything in your memory. Maybe it's something that has not been talked about much where you are from and grew up.
I'll look at Eratos and say, well, I don't know much about this Hollowed One or whoever they are. Um, my people were fairly closed off in our views, and well, very extreme in those views.
Hmm.
But I would say I think we should probably be careful then.
Yeah, I just feel like it has to be an external force other than, you know, other than him. Because, like, who talks in the third person like that? Like, if he's the hollowed one and he says the hollowed one, like, ugh, that's so annoying. But also, I don't think he would need to clarify that he comes for the strong and the weak alike because it's like his whole thing. If you want to be the strongest, you come for everyone and prove that you're strong, which was kind of the sentiment was like that I needed to prove that I'm strong. So like, I don't know. What maybe there's a thing that I should be worried about, but do you
I mean,
Has your god ever spoken to you? Has someone spoken to you in a dream recently? Because like this is messing me up.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was saying be cautious. I didn't know how to talk about it because I just. Well, I mean, you kind of just went out and said it. I'm not very good at that. I mean, I had a dream where, well, to me, it seemed more like visually my mother, but the voice wasn't right.
Oh,
Mentioning that the Dark One comes and what has been set in motion can't be undone. You know, but beware the blood, yada yada yada, all of that. So now that you're saying that you've had a dream where some what sounds like not great person is gonna come and kill both the weak and the strong. I mean, that's sounding kind of creepy here.
right. They seem like they could be related, but maybe aren't.
Yeah, that's kind of why I. Yeah. So maybe we just
Here's
keep an eye out.
Yeah, I definitely think we're on edge of any dark ones and or hollowed ones, um, but I'm not like super religious. Like I don't disagree with most of the rotted serpent, and it's kind of just it's sort of like you grow up with it, or your parents grew up with it, so they sort of impart that practice onto you, but you're just kind of like, I don't really go except for on major holidays. Like I don't super care. So I'm just kind of confused why he'd talk to me. I said that one thing, and I don't remember what we were fighting, but like, several, like a week ago. I
I
said
mean,
that one thing about the rotted serpent, and now I feel like I'm in his gaze.
I mean, sometimes that happens. I don't know. I'll admit I don't know too much about the rotted serpent. Like I said, being very closed off, I don't know too much about them. Um, maybe you just caught their attention. Maybe I mean that I've heard of it happening. There's stories, fairy tales and stuff like that. I mean, I guess it can happen.
Should I like start praying more, or
What does your heart tell you?
I mean, no, because like it's not in it. I just feel like
Then
that might like how do I prove that I am strong enough to bear the rotted serpent's name?
you were strong enough to hear their voice, so keep doing what you're
Oh,
doing.
I should have said that. All right, I'm gonna remember that because that's like a good comeback to that.
And you
Cool.
see it. If anyone ever says that you're not worthy, you heard their voice.
Wow, that's like you should write a book.
I know right good.
You should
You
get a
you
scribe
you can
to
write
write the
that book.
book. Oh God,
Common well. I do common. No
I-
hablo common.
I was about to make that fucking joke.
well, thanks. I don't know. I feel a little bit better, not because I feel smarter, but because I at least am not alone in being speaking to me in my sleep.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling. Just I'd say just do what you think is right,
All right.
and no matter what happens, at least you can go to whatever comes next, knowing you did what you felt was right.
Yeah, as long as I don't get proven that it was wrong and then have a moral dilemma about if my instincts are correct. But yeah, well, that won't happen.
No, that would never happen.
All right, you want to catch a fish in your mouth?
I look around. We're at the front of the ship. There's no one else there, right?
Nope, just you guys.
I look back at him and go, fuck it, sure. I'll take my mask off and try and catch a fish.
Oh,
Hell yeah!
And Eratos, you've seen, so I'm not gonna describe anything.
We haven't, so don't.
What do you want me to roll to catch a fish?
Yes.
It's a quick dexterity check.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Absolutely not. 9.
9?
Yeah, 9.
Close.
Yeah, so you toss it in the air, and you go to like try and get your hand or your head under it. But this fish isn't quite as dead as he thought it was for a second, and it gives one last little thrash, and you end up getting like smacked in the eye by its tail a little bit, and as you're kind of like staggering backwards, it just kind of flops to the ground. But unfortunately, no, you missed catching the fish.
Well, I caught it with my eye. Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Not the way I wanted to. I look at Airto's one eye like super squinted because it's bothering me now. I didn't catch it.
He sees the fish on the ground and he goes 5-second roll and grabs it and throws it in his mouth.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I'll put the mask back on and just like try and clean myself up from fish. From fish slime, I guess.
Yeah. Easy enough. It's not. Yeah, you managed to clean yourself off. A few like glittering scales and stuff come off, but yeah, other than that, you blink a couple times, and yeah, you're good. It's not like it did any damage. It was more startling than anything. So, does anybody else have anything they want to do today?
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So, assuming it's the same rotation, Ilya and Mickey, make me perception checks. Mickey with disadvantage.
Let's
16.
Take the better die. Let's see if this die will give me some good luck. Can I deal with disadvantage using this die? This is the D. No, this is the D12. Alright, here's the D20. Well, never mind. Definitely never mind. It's a 3. Oh well. I didn't save me. Yikes.
Oh, you guys, Ilya, you're looking out with your crazy dark vision. It's a fairly clear night. You're looking out. It's the wind has dropped at this point, and the water is almost completely still. It is almost glassy. You're staring out. You can see there's the sliver of moon has gotten even thinner to the point where it's barely there, and it's reflected clear as day off of the water. As you see, especially as it's sinking, you can actually see it like where it's just a couple inches above the horizon, and it's still reflected in the water, and you can look at it that way for a little bit. But other than the sound of water slapping against the hull of the ship and the moon, you don't notice anything that night. No. It goes very quietly.
Okay.
So, somebody roll me a final d10.
If I must.
Oh, Jay's taking it? All right.
Absolutely.
Go for it, Jay.
That's an 8. That's boring.
Okay.
Unless 8's
Easy
the
then.
dragon.
As you went... 8 ancient red dragon.
Yeah, baby.
Jump into the water.
The adult dragon. A Tarrasque pops out of the ocean.
Oh no.
It is a very easy and basic day of sailing, and yeah, just you guys notice as you wake up and go up in the morning, that little smudge on the horizon has become enough that you can see it's a little island, and it is getting closer and closer, and you realize, oh shoot, we're gonna be there in like 2 hours. And that's around noon. If anybody has anything like they'd like to do before noon, we can retcon real quick, but
I don't have anything, but I will mention it would be hilarious if eventually we end up facing an Ender Dragon. Could you have imagined the thing that flew past us that lives in the Knucklebones was an Ender Dragon?
Yeah, the fact that that's been added to D&D as a side note
is
is
wild.
so crazy.
So
it's
fucking
very,
wild.
very odd. Yes, I actually have a one-shot that's Minecraft based.
I like the creeper the most, I think.
Or the dog.
yeah,
I
no, the
like the
creeper's
rules.
probably
I like the
pretty
rules for the wolf dog a lot.
The
It
wolf,
is
give it a bone.
Yep.
so. My brain doesn't work for me today. So yeah, about 2 hours out at noon, you see Wall gets up, starts puffing out his chest a little bit, and starts to just roar. And hey, you get this done. Hey, you get this done. Prepare to board. Prepare to land. You see, there's only one little, not little, but there's only one pier that is currently, at least, completely completely uninhabited. There's no ships there. You see that it's a vaguely flat island. It gets to maybe 10 to 12 above sea level, and then just kind of stays there, but it traverses miles just staying there. You can already see from where you are, uh, these glittering rows of wheat and corn as they sway gently in the breeze. See right past this the little port and what looks like a small shipyard. You see there is a path that leads up the only real high ground on this entire island, because despite the fact that this island is probably a solid like 200 to 200 miles long, you can see over it. It's that flat.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this thing's flat. This is the only high ground of the entire island, and you can see there's a small trail that goes up it a bit, and then it's a big circle of worked earth, a bonfire, what looks like that's worked in there, and then the trail goes on further, and you can see at the crest of this hill is this 3-story massive, only because it's the only thing that's actually like a decent height on this entire island. 3-story tall, 6-sided gray stone tower that is just sitting on this island. And let me
Why
pull
are
up.
we? So we're still on the boat, right?
Yeah, they're pulling in. You're pulling in, but
So,
you're still.
question: why are we going to here if we? Yeah, if this is
Sorry.
basically the entire why I forget why were we here again?
I think it was just
Magical
for
Siege
Bringing
Tower.
protection.
bringing supplies, and it wasn't safe for him.
Just
Clearly, he
supplies.
needed some protection.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Where are
Okay. Yeah, let me know when
Rest-
we. Let me
This
know
is
when
respite.
we hit the what's it called? Hit the docks.
This is Respite. This is also where you've heard rumors of a certain tower.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You do see, looking to your left, there are many other much larger and more vertical islands. This is the only one that seems to be this weird, like just straight flatness.
All right. Cool.
Yep. So yeah, you see this huge 6-sided tower towering above the rest of this fairly small village, and it appears to just be, as far as you can see at least, just rows and rows of mostly wheat and corn.
All right. Cool. I'm excited to make landfall.
Okay, yeah. So you see him yelling out, crying, all sorts of just get this ready, blah blah blah. And apologize, work is hitting me up again. So and as you slowly crest in and grind to a like he just clips one of the pillars that's keeping this thing up, and it grinds a little bit, but ropes are thrown overboard, the gangplank is set out, and you see one guy in their basic workers clothes, but with like a little bit of fancy trim and much more cleaned up than normal, and he sits there and goes, "Ah, Qual, it's great to see you, dear chap. I'm assuming you brought me some kind of supplies. We've been running rather low on manufactured goods and such. Squall just kind of looks at him and goes, yeah, I got you. We got your supply run, whatever the hell you want to call it. And they start talking about things, like prices of this and that, all sorts. They start haggling. If either you want to inject yourselves, you're welcome to.
No.
But otherwise, yeah, you notice the crew starts to gather all the crates and barrels and whatnot that they had below deck. A few of them have sacks, and they're starting to slowly unload it into this, onto this, the waiting arms of a few villagers and such. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'd like to actually. I want to go over to the quartermaster.
Okay, yeah. You see Cook's like, all right, now make sure you don't mix those wine with that wine. And you, I swear to God, if I see you drop one more scythe blade, I'm gonna bring it down on your foot. Hey, what's going on?
So, quick question. I don't know if it was in our contract to come back with y'all, but you're probably the only way that we can come back if we weren't. So, hopefully, we're with you on the way back.
I mean, yeah, you guys were contracted to take us here and then back to
all
Easter
right,
Key.
I wasn't 100%. That was the other people with the contract.
Fine. It's fine.
How long do y'all plan on staying here?
Well, we're gonna unload, and then they have some fresh water and some food, just to make sure that, I mean, clearly anything can go wrong, so we're not trying to be stranded without at least a bit of extra food and water. So we're gonna stock up, today and then most of tomorrow, maybe the next morning, just depends on the weather, really. I mean, obviously, and he looks up, and the storm clouds of all that rain were still off in the distance, roughly. So he's like, I mean, clearly we can't trust the weather too much.
All right. Well, I guess the start of in 2 days' time, we will meet you back here at the docks.
Yeah, works for me. Works
all
for
right.
me.
Perfect.
Just letting you know, this, I mean, it looks flat, but this is a pretty big island despite that, so you don't want to go too far else you're not going to be able to make it back in time.
Duly noted. Duly
right.
noted.
You fuckface, as the dude drops another scythe blade.
I'm going to get off the boat.
Okay, yeah. You guys stroll off. You can see most of these people have a very similar look in that they're all like, they all have red hair. Most of them have swept back into, even the men have swept back into like ponytails and braids, and they're all freckled. They don't necessarily seem to be related in the sense that they aren't all like siblings, but they definitely all appear to be of a certain type of people.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I'm gonna start making my way to what I can assume I see is like the rest of this town area.
Yeah, you can see it. Like I said, it's a small uphill that goes up there, so you can see it fairly enough. So yeah, you trudge up. It's a very worn dirt path, a little soggy, so your foots do stick just a little bit.
Yep.
But not enough to like suck in your feet or whatever. It's just a bit of a, pick your feet up and go with it.
Yep.
You're walking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go.
Okay. So, you're walking up, it's sucking at your boots, it's slimy, and you do notice that as you're coming into this clearing, there's the remnants of a bonfire. There's this large, it's a pit almost, where there's a bonfire. There's some like bits of, not like our style confetti, but like what they strung between the houses are lines, and there's some sort of colored paper that you can guess the rain kind of ruined. But other than that, it's a fairly normal town. There's a few kids who are kind of rambunctiously playing, wrestling around in the dirt, and yeah, that's about all you can see for now. All the houses seem to just be houses.
Do we see any towers off in the distance?
Yeah, you still see that same six-sided tower off on there's a small path that goes up to the top of this little rock. and there is that same six-sided tower of gray stone just sitting there.
That doesn't bode well. The fact that no one has clearly.
Is the rest of the party following? I didn't ask, but I hope.
Yeah, I think we would have all.
All right.
Yep. We're all
Um,
following you, Drew.
I am. Do I notice any shops in the main area of the town that are like
They-
super standoutish?
You do notice a couple of, they're not so much shops as there are stalls. One has a bunch of fish hanging that have already been gutted and filleted.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other does have like what looks to be more like cloth items, like between sails and, you know, like sailcloth. You've got some weave work over here, and you do see like a little loom sitting under the covering. But they're more just covered stalls than they are actual shops, and that's all you see here.
All right.
Nothing with artifacts.
No, nothing that you can see. No.
All right. I am going to. I'm gonna walk up to the tower. I know why I'm here.
Yeah, same. I'm definitely joining Drew. I'm giddy.
Okay.
Little Mickey looks like he's going to Disneyland.
All right. So you guys are walking up to the tower, and it is this. Like I said, it has six sides. There's one facing this path that you're on, square, and then there's two branching off to the left. They're all roughly the same length apart from each other. It's made out of this gray stone that has these weird, like, it's gray, but the more you look at it, the more you realize there's these little bits of like crystals that are embedded, just tiny bits, that gives it this odd shimmery quality that just does seems very out of place in a very, very small town like this. As you're kind of looking at it, and it's glimmering and shimmering. The very top comes up to a swoop tip, is what I'll call it, where it's like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, it starts wide and then flares up into that. Like, yeah. It's like an exponential graph, the way that it suddenly goes up, except it's that in the cone area, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that, except in a cone all around. Yeah. Exactly. So, that is this bright lapis lazuli style blue of tiles, and there is a massive dark wood door that is just sitting straight with something written above it. Although, as of right now, you're still a little too far away to see.
Like we move closer to try to read.
How long of a walk to this tower is it?
It's probably from the town center to the tower. It's maybe 3 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
It's a
a
pretty short
part
walk.
of the town for sure then.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
You do notice that, like, I will say, as you notice, this whole path has been fairly well defined, but grass is starting to encroach on it as you are going up towards this tower, and all the muddy footprints and playful things that have been happening petered off rather sharply as you started walking up towards this tower.
Oh, so suspicious magic tower. Okay. Pressing
I
that
am
sit
going to walk up and look at the see if I can read what's on the sign.
Yeah,
Starting
same.
to wish we had
What
talked
languages does everybody speak?
I speak primordial, gnomish, giant, and common.
Okay.
Abyssal, Common, Elvish.
Okay.
Only additional language that hasn't been noticed is Thieves' Cant.
I also speak Draconic, Sylvan, and Undercommon.
Okay, so Mickey, only you would be the only one to be able to read this, as it's written in giant.
Ooh.
But it says in these big bold letters, it simply says, those who sacrifice prosper, and that's all that it says above it.
Well, I'm gonna relay those ominous words. Like, Mickey's gonna mutter them out kind of mindlessly as he reads it, and then follow it up with, "That's ominous."
Okay.
Do I see a door?
Yeah, there's a great dark wood door almost 9 feet tall. The handle just a hair taller than most are, leading into it.
I want to guidance check for traps.
Okay, roll me a investigation check.
Yeah, baby. Investigation?
Yep.
24.
Sacrifice Jay for cool swag.
Sorry, you said 24?
24.
Yeah, okay. So you inspect it, you're looking at it. It's not trapped, but it is locked.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Guidance, thieves, thieves tools.
I would say, do I knock?
Yeah, why not?
You could. That's what most people do when they want to go somewhere.
Yeah, I'll knock on the door.
Okay. You can hear it echoing on the inside echoing even from here. But even as you're knocking, you wait. 1 minute goes by, 2 minutes go by, and nothing's happening.
Can I do a quick lap around the tower, see if there's anything around the tower?
Yeah, easy enough. You take off in a run around this great tower, and it's more of the same stone. There is a very, very small, about 5 feet up on one side, there is a tiny chute that, with everything that's coming out behind it, is clearly some sort of rubbish chute.
Okay.
How smooth?
Rubbish and or other thing.
Okay.
Is-
Yeah.
Is anyone from town like watching us up here? If I were to look behind us,
Make me a perception check.
probably not great. 12.
Okay, well, yeah, you're looking. As you look back, you do notice 2 kids and what looks like to be their mother are sitting there, and they are looking at you like you have completely lost your minds.
I'm gonna walk over to him.
Okay. The woman kind of like gives them like the go inside, children, go inside, go inside. May I help you?
Yes. Hello. My name is Jalen Faraday. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Okay.
That's always great, sir. A quick question. Is that we're near the town, and we heard some interesting rumors about that tower there. Can you enlighten me on any information? It seems like nobody goes up there. Is there a reason?
She kind of like starts looking back and forth a little furtively.
I can
Have you not heard of the folly of Apinix?
Ooh,
DM, have I?
time.
You're welcome to roll me a history check.
Wait, can I also roll the histories check? Since
You didn't
maybe
go with
I-
me, homie.
Oh.
Well, would you have gone with him?
Yeah, that's a good point.
'Cause
I mean, you were
Drew
super
just
excited
just
about the
went-
tower.
Yeah, but Drew just went back in town, right?
Yeah, like these guys are hanging out just like
Where were they behind?
like right here, back where this nearest house is. The nearest house to it is where they're kind of hanging.
Seeing as I don't think I'm getting in through the door without Jay, I would have followed him along, and probably, if I knew, I would probably chirp in about now. So.
All right, so yeah, you're both able to roll me some perception check or history checks.
Guidance.
19. Hell yeah.
It's not gonna be better than that.
Okay. So Mickey, you do actually remember
Having
Your
heard some stories
former-
about it.
your former, the one who made you.
Like
Um,
the creator.
Yes, you have not heard of necessarily the folly of Apinix, but you have heard the name. He would often mention it with a lot of derision and scorn as a mere lapdog of the Hell Surgeon.
That is
Excuse me?
a combination of words that I didn't want to hear tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Suddenly Mickey is less enthused.
And sorry, so Mickey, you'll get all the lore here. You are welcome to share this if you want. You would know a little bit about this, Jay. You wouldn't know the names or the places, but because of the place where you and Mickey met, because you spent some time there, you would at least know a little bit about this.
And also, would I probably know a little because of my teacher? Or were they kind of like a second rate?
Kind of. You know a bit
Yeah.
about this first bit, but the specifics are what Mickey knows. So,
Got it.
there are what you both know is there are 2 orders on the island of Crook in the city of Bukta, which is very magically and scientifically advanced. There is what's known as the Bedrock Order. They are traditional spells and slinging spells and fireballs type wizards. They are very powerful, and the master of their order, if I want to say that in bad, is at least at this point. Let me bring up my other.
Wait, so they like Fireball a lot?
They're traditional hoity-toity mages.
Yes,
Okay,
just more
maybe
traditional wizards is more what I was trying to go for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
lame default mage.
That is the idea, yes. There is a man known as Sentus Pruman. Nobody seems to know exactly how old he is, or a soulborn known as Sentus Pruman, who is the. Nobody seems to know how old he is, but it is said that when it comes to, like, both political and magical might, he is second only to the Tyrant, who is the supreme ruler of the tyranny. He's called the Soulfire Tyrant, just in case that was weird. However, about 200 years ago, with the rise of the rebellion that caused this whole, the thralls and all this the slavery, the less than reputable bits that have been happening in the last couple centuries to happen, there came a rise to what's known as the Granite Directorate. While they are also wizards, they are more experimental. They work to combine and make new things with magic that haven't been seen before, to give people an edge over anything. And pretty much everybody who grew up in the tyranny itself would know that about 20 years ago there was a soulborn woman named Lady Powder who was the one who discovered gunpowder, and she was kind of like named the de facto leader at the time. She now is technically the leader of the Granite Directorate. That is what you both know. However, Mickey, with your specific background, you would also know that there's kind of like a weird dichotomy in the Granite Directorate. There are those who believe that gears and machines and chemicals, inert machines and objects are the future of the weaponry and the strength of the tyranny. They follow Lady Powder, and they tend to take their cues from her. There is another side. They tend to believe that things like modification of living things and other sorts of fiddling about with blood magic and the insides of people, they are the other side, and the one that leads that kind of faction is a soulborn known only as the Hell Surgeon.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Would I know?
So
I'm
Mickey's basically
assuming.
"Urgh."
I'm assuming my teacher was part of the Granite.
So your teacher was an apprentice at the Bedrock Order,
Oh.
but
Yeah.
because of obviously where she ended up, you don't really know the whole story. Didn't quite make it through.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't.
But enough. But like I said, enough that you would know of the basics of those two things. Is not quite enough to know exactly what he knows, because that's more internal politics.
Yeah.
Let's see. How would Mickey respond to this?
I know about the surgeon. What connection does that tower have?
I'm basically gonna sum it up like this. I suddenly don't think there's gonna be anything fun in that tower. Mickey's gonna go, I don't know if I want to go in the tower anymore.
Well, we're going into the tower. Sorry to let you know. We spent a week on a ship. We're going into that tower, so... yeah, no, I wanna... So, I wanna talk to that lady. I do know of the surgeon. What's the connection with that tower?
She's kind of like still looking fearful. She just goes, well, and I'm gonna need you to make me a persuasion check to get her to talk about something she's clearly uncomfortable about.
Oh, must I?
Yes.
Can I act cute as persuasion?
Guidance?
Sure, guidance.
Is that an
Can
assist
I-
from Mickey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, what do you do to assist? What do you say? Is my
You gotta
question.
say, you can't just look the part.
I was gonna say I should be able to look the part. Come on, Mickey's adorable, but to aid, what would I say? I guess I would hint that I was well acquainted with both Powder and the Hell Surgeon in the lore between them. I don't know if that would help at all, but I
Okay,
would at least
sure.
make it pretty well known that I'm, well, especially as an automaton, that I am of the opposing
That's fair.
faction.
You being who you are, that's a fairly convincing thing to say considering how you look. So I'll say sure. You can roll with advantage at a d4.
Hey, baby. Oh, that's... Oh, yeah. And... Oh,
Calm down, Johnny
that's
Bravo.
not that great. That's only a 24.
But Mickey so far doesn't need more information. He's already like, let's get the fuck
A
out of
24?
here.
Yeah.
Okay, so she kind of just sits there and she just goes, we don't know why, and we don't know how, but it's said that Appenix was kicked from the Granite Directorate for crossing lines, or I'm not sure exactly, but not doing things that shouldn't be done. He was banished,
So
but as he's a soulborn,
Yeah, one second.
hold on, let me. But as he's a soulborn, they can't execute him. I mean, that would be unheard of. So instead, they sent him here, and here he stayed. Normally, we'd see him in town gathering food, but we haven't seen him in months. It's like he's vanished.
And... then we're
So
the...
Mickey, wait, so Mickey being from the Granite Directorate, would I know what laws he could have potentially crossed, like if it was human experimentation or something like that?
So there are no specific laws or rules to there are no specific laws. There's
Guidelines.
the one big one is whatever experiments you do, don't do them on the soulborn primarily, and also it is definitely very looked down upon to experiment on actual living things that are still alive.
I'm just going to
Even among
assume...
the Hell Surgeon, that's conscious and sentient beings, as in humans and things like that. Even among the Hell Surgeon's followers, that's generally at the very least frowned upon. They tend to like to use more either A, dead things, or B, animals, not necessarily out of any altruistic reasons, but simply because when you throw sentience into the mix and then throw what is essentially torture as you peel them apart and put them back together, that tends to get messy. So it's more about, for them at least, it's more about the convenience of not having to deal with the mess that sentient creatures make, as opposed to any moral reasons for it. But
So-
yes, that is generally frowned upon.
Yeah, so Mickey being able to connect the dots is basically gonna just chime in at this point with like a very afraid face. There's no way he was insane enough to do what I think he did.
I mean,
to get banned.
above table, Nick, I think that this, from what I know, this sounds like...
100% experiment.
This is
Like,
just
full
Yawgmoth. This is Yawgmoth. And I, Drew, am terrified of what I am going to find in this tower. I say going to,
100%.
because
It's
I'm
going
getting
to
into this tower.
It's nightmare fuel, but it's everything we ever wanted.
Yeah.
Mickey is 100% not for this. Me as a player, 100% on board with this.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, Jay dies. Oh no.
Yeah.
Jay is
Mickey
going.
breaks.
Jay is going to. He sees that this lady is visibly distressed and is going to give
And
her.
Mickey too. Come on, Drew. Acknowledge that Mickey is now terrified.
I don't care about Mickey. I'm gonna give her 2
Damn.
gold.
Her.
Okay. She just kind of takes it, look confused.
For your time. I appreciate it. And I'm going to
course.
turn around
She
and
immediately
head
scoots
straight
back-
to the
yeah,
tower.
she immediately
He's
scoots
following.
back into her house,
Yep.
like completely.
And Mickey is hiding behind you the entire way back. He is no longer skipping. He's like, I want nothing to do with this tower.
Alright, I'm going to come back to the
I
group.
thought there was fun stuff. This is not fun stuff. This is bad stuff. Bad juju.
I'm gonna go back to the group. Alright, everybody. So, the long and the short of it is this. There was a mage that lived in this tower. A reputable fellow in some regards. Except he has not been seen in months. He normally takes regular trips down to town to acquire provisions. So I think it is our duty to ensure his safety.
I thought you were going to say to do a wellness check.
Well, yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Wellness check.
Yeah.
You know?
So, yeah.
Mickey's gonna chime in a terrified voice, and he also likely does human experimentation and soulborn experimentation.
Oh well, that sounds terrible, but I'm not human, so I'm not scared. And let's get in this tower.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna mosey my way up to the lock and do my little dancey dance.
All right.
Wait.
Yeah.
Because I don't want
Pump
anything to
me
go
up.
wrong.
Pump me
I'm
up.
bardic inspirationing you right off the bat. You're gonna cast guidance on yourself, and we're getting this lock in one go.
Alrighty. Okay. First
I don't
things
want no-
first.
Shenanigans.
D20. That's pretty good. Next thing's next. Guidance. That's pretty good. Bardic dice. That's okay. Lock picking. I am
Wait,
not.
It's an ability check. You can re-roll the die.
I
and
will.
use the highest.
I got the same thing.
Well,
Let's see.
Roll
I
better.
do not have expertise in thieves' tools, so it's only that. So,
better be like a 40.
well, I really hope, that the 1 point doesn't matter, because I only got it to a total of 29.
Jesus. Yeah, no. So you're sitting there, and you kind of like tools in, reach around a bit. You can feel 1 tumbler, click, 2 tumblers, click, 3 tumblers, click. It some fairly stiff hinges swings inwards. You look inside, and despite the fact that there are those of you who have dark vision, the inside is just black to you right now.
That never bodes well. Sadly, I haven't been able to switch my cantrips out.
Oh wait, I can help with this. I'll pull out that wand that I got from
Okay. Yeah.
from what's his face? From Horde, and I will cast dancing lights and
All right.
make
so you
them
watch
go
these
forward.
four little globules of light just pop into existence. They float into this doorway and slowly light the area. Roll me a d20, Ertos. Just a d20 and tell me what you get.
Okay,
Boy.
what's gonna happen? That is a 17.
Okay, yeah, nothing happens with your wand.
Oh, ooh.
Oh man, Horde.
So yeah, you see inside. There's kind of a scarred, pitted stone surface for a floor. Not like, how do I put this? Not in the sense that like it's not worn as in like it's literally like pebbles at this point, but there's been some wear and tear on this floor. You you can kind of see from the doorway 6 wooden beams disappearing up into a roof that for some reason you still can't see even with the light. And you can vaguely see 3 picture frames on the walls, but that's it.
Question for scale: is this the inside scale of this place a normal human, or something much larger?
It appears to be not much larger, but like because of like the way that the height, you do see some unlit torch sconces, and you see because of that you can kind of see like it's just a hair too tall, not as in like 30 feet tall, but maybe closer like the 10-foot tall range, where it's just a little bit higher than it would be normal for a human.
So Ertos is like jumping to reach them, whereas everyone else, there's no hope.
To reach what? Oh, the torches?
Anything that
Yeah,
like that's that high, yeah.
Well, no, it's because normally like a torch, you want to keep it about shoulder height. These would be like you have to reach up to get at them.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, real
Not
quick.
quite jumping, but close.
Do I notice if the interior is bigger or smaller than what it appeared to be outside?
Make me a basic intelligence check.
Is it a TARDIS?
It's a wizard's tower. It must.
I got a 9.
It's hard for you to tell because you can only see what you're seeing inside from the doorway, so it's tricky to measure distances when you're just peeking in a door.
I'm walking in.
I'm gonna cast the invisibility and just keep that up for an hour.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Jay is everybody following Jay, or are you just letting him walk in?
I follow.
I'm gonna follow him concerned.
So Mickey's at the
Keeping
back.
my perception as I'm sandwiched between you guys. No, I'm not.
Oh my god.
I'm
Can you move these lights a bit farther up? It's a little hard for me to see.
Yeah, that's fine. There's 4 of them, so I'll send them. It's a 120-foot range, so I'll space them out.
As you enter, despite the fact that like, so you walk in, you kind of start looking around a bit, and the door slams shut.
Yeah, baby.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And now, everybody roll me a perception check real quick.
Oh man.
Oh.
That's
a
pretty
23.
good.
Okay.
That's a 18.
Okay, 18. Ertos, what did you get?
I got a 15.
Okay. So everybody else is kind of having trouble as they are looking around this now closed up tower. But you notice as you did the lap around, it is bigger on the inside than it was on the outside. Like you can just tell by like, okay, that goes to there, there goes to there. Yeah, this is a little bigger. This is a little bigger than what I ran around.
Good.
There's magic afoot.
Fucking you.
And with that, because I don't want to get into this without Glenn, we're gonna end a little early today.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Nice.
I'm pressing X to doubt. There's nothing good coming from this tower.
Whoa!
Nothing.
Lord,
Nah.
I'm so happy. You have no idea how many things I've been waiting on, but the reveal of the Hell Surgeon was one of my
fuck yeah.
favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been waiting.
The lore surgeon sounds like nightmare fuel wrapped up in a bundle of horror and disgusting creatures we're probably gonna run into.
Should we enter this terrible wizard's tower when we have 2 days to explore it and under a significant time limit? No. Do I care? Also, no.
Also, no. Like, yeah,
Very fun.
maybe there's horrifying creatures in here, but think of the loot. Think of the magic.
Yeah, worst
Nothing
case,
good gonna
I could
come
always
outta
just.
here.
Worst case, if we get caught, I'll just lie.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, Mickey's gonna be like, we were doing a wellness check.
Yeah,
On
we
behalf
we
of-
are.
Insert.
That's what you
whoever the
told
fuck
us,
my
Greg.
Yeah,
character
that's
is.
who we are. I mean,
Oh, this
as
is gonna
long
be
as we
fun.
don't take anything on the way in, we're good. We can take things on the way out, but on the way in, just don't take anything.
Yeah. I imagine Jay is right now just like, guys, don't take anything. Just
Oh yeah, yeah.
down
No,
so that
Jay
when
will.
we're
Jay,
leaving,
if
we can take.
when this happens, when Jay notices, I guess, kind of retconny, Jay would definitely say,
touch anything.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
This is a bona fide wizard's tower. Much different than well, about what I was expecting. Still terrified. Do not touch anything. It is a bad idea. It will either hurt you or incapacitate you to the point that you wish it hurt you. Number one thing we need to do is figure out if the owner of this tower is in this tower. We'll take it from there. If you want to take something, we take it on the way out, not on the way in.
Take it on the way out.
So like I'm touching the floor and I can't really not do that. Is that okay?
That's in this specific
okay,
area
but-
where we are right now. It is fine that you are touching the floor. I cannot guarantee you that in all parts of this tower you're gonna be wanting to touch the floor. So let's just take
Okay,
it
good
bit
enough.
by bit.
Floor might literally be lava.
Yeah, we are. It might be. So, all right.
Hell yeah.
I think that's it for tonight.
That is it.
We did it.
Oh, I'm so glad I got to lore dump. That was great.
Yeah.
I've been waiting.
Oh man.
There was like 3 rolls tonight that I was sitting there. I'm like, I've never wanted someone to roll high more, and it just didn't quite work out. And it's come to pass.
And then
Exciting.
obviously I'm assuming one of them was obvious. Oh well, I mean it's pretty obvious what it was. This was one of them was this for the lore dump. The other one was probably the Knucklebones. See if we could see what was seeing us in the Knucklebones. I'm assuming.
The
or-
Knucklebones and the religion check on the hollow
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh really? I thought it was gonna be whatever Ilya saw in the sky.
No, wrong. I wanted to roll high for that because I want to know what the fuck it is because it's still freaking me out.
Yeah.
Elden,
It's the Ender Dragon. Yeah, you're right.
I really wish I got that religion
Yeah,
roll higher
See a
because
purple blocky head.
yeah. The island is full of creepers. Oh no, it's full of Endermen who are looking at us. If we stared at them too long, they would have teleported and
I
started.
hate that we're headcanoning that the finger bones is just Minecraft.
It's Enter Minecraft.
Oh, the moment you
Oh,
step
God,
foot
I
onto
don't
one
know.
of the finger bones, your body just morphs into a fucking Minecraft avatar.
oh, I hate that. I hate
And
that idea.
we start hearing the humming sound.
God damn it.
Oh,
All of a sudden, at the bottom of your peripheral vision, you see an inventory bar, hunger, and health.
oh,
Ugh.
Oh man.
so excited. Things are
Um,
happening.
Oh, I'm sure you've got some terrors in this tower considering you're
Yeah.
waiting.
Let me just pull up. Everybody all good for next Wednesday, December. December.
December.
Wow.
What
This,
the fuck?
Yeah.
December
Years
6th.
have passed.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. The only I'll DM Glenn right now.
I was.
You did record this, right?
Yeah. Oh
Just
yeah.
double
It's
check.
it's still recording.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the lore dump has been recorded.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know if Glenn will listen to this, but hi, Glenn.
Yep. Hey, Glenn.
Hi.
Glenn.
Let's
How
see
you
if he
doing?
does. Yeah. We'll find
Yeah.
out if he does.
We missed you, Glenn.
Yeah, we
Glenn.
do.
Glenn.
If
Glenn,
you
whenever you want. Hold on. Are you still recording?
Oh yeah.
So, Glenn, this is a little fucking Easter egg for you. Whenever you watch this, if you DM me saying what's something weird that no one would just say out of nowhere.
Creepers. Oh man.
Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers, I like that. If you just randomly DM me Jeepers Creepers one day, what's a good
Give him a rare item.
not an item. I was
Give him a
thinking
feat.
more like I'll let you have advantage on just any
Oh.
roll you want.
yeah, give
Your
him
Jeepers
inspiration.
Creepers,
Yeah.
Just call it your Jeepers Creepers roll, and I'll give you advantage on anything.
You know what's
anything
crazy?
that you want to roll.
I really hope that he watches this and writes a note on that, and then we're facing like the end level
Yeah.
campaign, and he's like, "You know what, Traveler? Jeepers Creepers."
Yeah.
Or on one incredibly clutch saving throw, like the boss about to mind control him with
Yeah.
dominate person.
Yeah.
He's like, Jeepers Creeper.
Oh my goodness.
Here's hoping.
How did everyone like the
The sound music was quite nice.
Was it good? Was it too loud? Too quiet?
It was a little quiet, but it was fine.
All
I
right.
barely noticed it,
I'm
to
not
be
gonna
honest.
lie,
Yeah.
I still can't hear it.
Well, it's off now.
Oh.
Even then, I honestly
Power
couldn't hear
music.
it. I keep that
That's-
volume a little bit low, and then with yours being low, it is hard to hear.
Every
So
once in a while, I would hear a seagull, and it tripped me out a couple of times. I was like, "Is there a bird in my apartment? What the fuck?"
I'm trying to figure out exactly what scales my audio. Actually, wait. This is gonna be super stupid. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing the Wizard's Tower stuff. Do you guys have my audio on the stream turned up high?
Well, I can hear you just fine on the stream. I just like to imagine that you're making all the bird sounds.
Yeah, that's
That's my canon. You're in your mic just making little bird sounds.
because you can. There should be somewhere on this to turn up the volume of the stream itself.
Yep, there we go. That helped me a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just dumb.
Okay. So doing that, if you put that to full, you should hear things very well.
Yeah, it's on the bottom right towards like where the full screen button is.
Oh, I thought that
Okay.
affected like everyone's voice. That's why I had
No.
it medium. Okay,
Okay,
never mind.
question,
then.
and then question, is this good ambiance? I want to set it to what I normally see.
pretty good.
No. I have a specific sound
Silent,
setting
absolutely silent.
that I like it at. I like it at 2% volume. At least for stream, which is... 3 is good. How's 3 sound?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
fine.
I still can't hear anything.
Traveler, how does this happen? Come on, man.
No.
Come on, man.
He told us that he's not good at technology. Come on.
I know he's not, but... But if... Sadly, for everyone else, is it good?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, do you want it higher or lower?
I think it's okay right here because if I want it higher during, I can still turn my volume up.
Okay.
On playback, like for the VOD, I won't.
Yeah.
That won't matter. 'Cause I'm mostly watching to refresh my memory, not to like
Yes.
feel ambiance. You know.
Go.
Yeah. 5 is a little high. Some of these, the audio is pretty generally leveled for all of Bardify's songs, but sometimes they're a little high and sometimes they're a little low. So I try to adjust that on the fly, but okay, cool. Cool. And we'll have to figure out how to fix Travler.
Everyone having a good week so far?
Oh
After
yeah.
Thanksgiving?
Before we
Oh,
go
yeah.
on any further, any questions, complaints, concerns, anything at all?
No.
I'm gonna be 100% honest, and I'm fine with it. Obviously, I had really hoped that we were gonna hit 4 before we
Yeah,
step foot inside this Wizard's Tower, because I'm scared for Jay's health. My man got mollywopped by sea hags and torn to shreds by invisible creatures.
Dude, what's the worst that'll happen? You die?
Yeah, true. I mean,
Yes, that's pretty much
That
the
is
worst.
the worst.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
we've planned for this though. What level do you get Revivify?
Oh, that's I
5th?
probably 5 because that's a third level spell.
Yeah.
I believe. So it'll still be a little bit.
So it'll still be a little
Yep.
bit.
So 2 more levels before Drew is safe from permadeath.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely not safe.
Temporarily.
I agree
Oh,
that I was
hold on,
hoping
hold on,
we'd
hold on.
reach it, but I knew we wouldn't.
Yeah. I figured we might if we got another fight on the show.
I'm kind of. I mean, I want to change out some cantrip, a cantrip, but I'm not like
Yeah.
Same.
super.
I want to change some can.
I'm not like gonna rush it or anything like
no,
that.
exactly.
I don't get anything major to like level 6, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm at resident. I was thinking a little bit too far ahead for a normal D&D.
Yeah.
Just as a note, Revivify only works on a single person once. It's another one of my making death a little bit more challenging things.
Oh, so you
and
just want two dead.
right.
So like per person once, or the caster can only use it once?
No, per person who is
Okay,
being
that's
revived once.
that's not too bad then.
That's not
Yeah.
too bad.
Per forever or
Yeah.
oh,
Yes.
oh dear God.
Each resurrection type spell can only work once. So Revivify, work once. Resurrection, work once.
But you can be revivified and resurrected.
Yes,
Okay.
because they're different spells. They affect you differently.
All right.
Yeah.
All
Good-
right.
Good thing that you've already started on your next character.
Oh, I've got so
Because-
many. I got so many. So
Just
Traveler,
don't die and you'll be fine.
Traveler, you've got two levels to kill me.
2 levels.
I listen.
2 levels.
It's okay if you die. It's okay if you die right now because we can deal with it. All right, we can deal with it.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
I have gentle repose, so I mean you'll be dead, but your body won't decay for a little while.
No, especially because I'm gonna eat it,
Well, yeah. Well, we're gonna wait till you get back to the ship, and then Eratos will eat it if we're
and
not.
then I'm gonna
alive.
get hungry. I'm sorry, it's unavoidable.
Well, at least you
Listen,
can't eat Meg.
as that's
Well, he could
almost,
try.
I don't want to say carefree abandoned, but that's one of the reasons why I was like, should I check for traps as the store has been opened? Well, what's the worst that could happen?
Late.
Walk in.
Yeah.
Man, listen, I could not have spelled out this is an evil tower harder.
Oh, yeah. We knew it's. This is not a
Like,
place. So
Oh,
here's the thing.
How I was using it wrong.
Here's
Okay,
the thing.
dice tray works.
I don't know if we're in here too early or not. I feel like we are, but I feel like we're not. I don't think that Traveler would dangle like something where we should be like level 6 or 8. I don't think he'd dangle that in front of us. From like
He did send invisible assassins after you.
Let me put it this way. It depends on how smart you all, not your characters, but you all as players are.
Oh boy, we're all
Buddy,
gonna.
I play with Ilya's intelligence, and that is not great.
same.
Ilya's not the smartest. She's not dumb, but she's not the smartest person
Once
around.
again, let me put it this way.
We play dumb characters because we're all dumb.
How I like to do like wizard towers and things like this where magic is a main component. I like to make things, but both combat and everything, I like to just make it less about rolling dice better and more about figuring things out. I'll put it that way.
Assholes.
So,
Okay.
This is
so
going to
He's
be
gonna roll on us being smart. Clearly, I
terrifying.
realized that we spent 6 to how many years did we spend playing League?
Puzzles
A
is what's
lot.
we're gonna be
Yeah,
encountering.
it's
Puzzles.
gonna be
So yeah,
puzzles.
we're definitely not smart.
No, we're not smart. The only thing
Give
I am
evidence.
going to beg for as much help due to my background as possible. Like,
Hey,
Eddie.
same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I got the background. I've got the Wizard Tower background, basically.
I mean,
you
I
do.
don't.
Mickey, you might, with good enough history or intelligence rolls, I will say that there is a chance that you can just make a good roll and figure some things out.
Ah, victory. My background.
Yeah, I'm.
Some benefit.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Excited for next
I'm
session.
excited too.
All right.
I'm hoping we see some good stuff, some cool artifacts and stuff.
Oh yeah, yes. I
Oh, you
guarantee
mean all the
will.
horrible things we're gonna encounter in here? Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, sure. The nightmare fuel.
Luckily,
Dude, we love Nightmare Fuel.
Luckily, there will most likely be the stuff we need to craft magic items in here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bone
how
Stone
do-
and Mithril.
Yeah.
How do magic items work? Are we crafting them? Is there like going to be a crafting system behind that, or is it going to be more like we can request some stuff from you?
Yeah, 3
It's-
pieces
you
of wood and
request
2
stuff
sticks will
from
get you a
different
pickaxe.
people. So the reason why you need certain materials is because on this world, there was so much wild godly magic that got released when the gods burned out their mortal forms. It makes the regular materials of this world holding magic a bit tricky. So low-level stuff is usually still pretty fine, but if you want anything major done, you're gonna need some sort of sturdier or magical material to hold it, to essentially just hold it, and make sure that nothing happens. So it's like, yeah. That's why you need bone. Typically, it's bone stone or mithril. Items that are considered either very hardy or very magically inclined just by nature of what they are.
Cool. Cool.
I gotta think of some good bard stuff to either craft or ask for. I got like no idea what to ever get on a bard. I've got like zero clue.
Yeah. Do your.
There is a instrument that lets you summon rats.
I do
Could get that.
like the idea of having an instrument that summons rats. That sounds very much.
I can't remember. I think
like
it's like a pan flute or something like that.
So,
That's
pan
summons
flute
rats.
summoning rats.
Yeah,
bringing
basically.
it back to the most important question: did everybody have fun?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely.
Though searching for the die was not fun. I don't know if you guys realized halfway through, I'm like looking for a bag of like 35 dice that's supposed to be on my desk, and of course I can't find it. So I'm like, what the fuck happened to it? Did someone move it? Because we had like people cleaning the house today, and then my mom, of course, just found it immediately on my desk. And,
We heard you talking, but we
That
did not know
I was
what was
yeah
going on
I
with
didn't
you.
yeah we didn't know what it was exactly, but that makes
it hurts,
sense more.
It hurts me so much. It was so much more than you guys can ever realize that she found it within seconds
Nick,
by just glancing at my desk.
it's simple, Nick. You're getting old.
I don't.
Yeah, homie.
Damn,
Yeah,
dude.
it's happening.
Damn.
Why you attack me like this?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that's it for the recording.
I didn't realize you were still recording at
Yeah.
this point.
Ending on a strong note.
Yeah,
You're old.
exactly. You're old. All right, that's it.